Like I said, fundamentally, this invitation to yourself, to the truth of you, is not really fundamentally an invitation to realize or find or understand yourself. Though that happens, that's part of it. But the real heart of satsang, the real core of satsang is an invitation to rest. To simply rest as yourself. That's the only point of any understanding or realization that you might have along the way, is so that you finally can just rest as yourself. Just be yourself. See, it turns out you don't have to wait until you've had lots and lots of very profound realizations and understandings in order to accept this invitation. In this so-called spiritual journey, or even just in the journey of life, it turns out that you can pull over anytime. You don't even have to wait for the rest area. You can just pull over, get out of the car, walk around, lay down under a tree, just be for a while. So that's what satsang is, like this ever-present rest area, ever-present invitation to just simply notice what's it like now. Take a moment out from the journey to understanding, or the journey to a better life, or the journey to more realization. It really is an invitation to rest now. To rest even if there still is a longing for realization. An impulse to get somewhere, sometimes it's to get somewhere, sometimes it's to get away from somewhere, right? To not have the experience you're having. It's like if that's present, that's fine. You can rest in that impulse. Just because you pull over doesn't mean you might not still have the impulse, the urge to keep going. So the invitation is to rest with that impulse, to take the time to experience it, to actually have the experience you are having, which may include a lot of desire, a lot of hope, or a lot of fear, a lot of resistance, avoidance. What's that like? What happens if you just rest in your hope and your resistance? So the inquiry in satsang, it turns out it's a much simpler inquiry. It's not that there's something wrong with inquiring into where can I go, what can I get, and how do I get rid of something. It's not that there's something wrong with that kind of inquiry. It's just that this is an invitation to a much simpler inquiry. An inquiry into what is here already. This rest, it's actually an inquiry into what is already at rest in your being. It's not even, the rest isn't even something you have to do. Turns out you don't even really have to pull over. It's this question, what is at rest right now? What is simply being right now? It turns out again that's being is being, whether you're wanting to be somewhere else or not, whether you're thinking or not, whether you're hoping or not, whether you're suffering or not. Those are all valid, concerns, valid questions. Am I thinking? Am I not? Am I suffering? Am I not? But there's a more fundamental question: is what are you already? What's your existence like? Not what is your experience like, because experiences all come and go. Even the most blissful or freeing or liberating experiences, they all come and go. So the question isn't, again, it's not that it's a bad question to ask what's my experience and how can I have a different experience. It's just that the invitation in satsang is to ask, what am I like right now? What is it like to be here? Including, like I said, any impulse you have to be somewhere else. That's included. That's part of what's here. You don't have to pick and choose. You don't have to do any more weeding, clearing out the underbrush. You can just leave it all there and notice that there's something in here, something at rest. Probably the last place you would ever think to look for something at rest is in all the impulses and movement and activity and doing of your life. That it seems like, oh no, that's what I'm supposed to, that's what I have to do something to get rid of, right? Which of course just keeps it going. You just now have a more subtle to-do list. Get rid of things to do. Number one. Stop doing. Number two. Like I said, it's a chance to ask, what is it that has a to-do list? No matter how many things are crossed off or how many things are being added in the moment. What are you? What are you in all that? What is this self? And that's not that there's anything wrong with the journeys of life or even the spiritual journey or spiritual seeking. It's just that somehow along the way we got so much momentum behind that we kind of abandoned our sense of ourselves. We stopped noticing or even recognizing or even honoring the fact that we already exist. We started to, just like all the things that we think are at stake in terms of how's it going, where am I getting in my head, do I have enough, do I have too much, what do I need to get more of, what do I need to get rid of? In the involvement with that, we lost track of what we are. And so that's what this invitation is to rest in what you are right now. It's quite an amazing thing that you are right now, without adding anything more to it, or without really it mattering what else is added to it, whether you are happy or you are sad, you are healthy or you are sick, you are enlightened or you are not enlightened. What an amazing thing that you are. What's that part of the equation? What's that? See, anything that you are, if you are happy or if you are sad, in both cases that's an opportunity to find out what it means that you are. The you are part is there, is here. So that there isn't anything you have to get rid of first to enter this rest stop. Or anything you have to accomplish first. In any aspect of what you arrive with in this moment is equally worthy of this simpler inquiry into what are you. So they're all perfectly good starting places. See, every place you ever arrive is a really good place to start resting. Turns out, there isn't like a better starting place to rest. It's just where you are. Again, even if that's hurt or overwhelmed or confused or desperate or ecstatic or excited or afraid, that's all fine. That's all natural. That's all that stuff is very, very natural, normal stuff, and it's an opportunity to rest. What a strange thing to consider that being really, really excited is an opportunity to rest, or being scared, just terrified is an opportunity to rest. And everything in between, every other flavor of experience is equally an opportunity for this. Like it's a funny word, this inquiry. It's not an inquiry to find something else. It's an inquiry to find what is.